It's a sickness. I think when we buy just about anything, it turns into this. Oh, we got to get 3 more. So we bought a J5 the other day, and then we picked this one up here. I saw it kind of locally. It's in rough shape, but I think, you know, they're a slightly different machine. This seems to be probably a sidewalk plow. Do you have your tape measure on you? Where's that? Got there in the handy dandy pocket. Let's see how wide this one is. It's 55 inches wide. And the track is 13 and a half wide. That's why I think, let's go compare it to the other one. So we're gonna see if we can get this at least cranked over today. It looks like it's been sitting a long time. The guy that I got it from, looks like he tried to get it going and couldn't do it, so not quite sure what's going on. You know, these things have had a pretty hard life, right? But I kind of, I want 2 of them working so we can use this one to haul and the other one can work in the bush. Does that make sense? Put a skidding arch on it. Yeah, this is 17 wide, that track on that, and the machine is 60 inches wide. So the other one was 5 inches narrower and a narrower stance on it. Now, I don't know if you can, I don't know how that works.
Could you mount that plow in it?
Hey?
Could you mount that plow into this?
Put that plow, well, you need the plow on whatever it is you're using to work in the bush. We have a lot of trees down here. It's an oak, primarily oak forest, and a lot of trees are down from a drought we had about 10 years ago. So there's a lot of stuff to be pushed out of the way, and a blade is the ticket, really. So this is actually 5 inches wider and has more of a footprint. 23 and a half. Now that J5 there, that's the one that works in the bush. It's got that round hoop on it. This one didn't have a hoop. It had a little, like a cockpit hood. It went over it, had a heater in it. What else did it have? It had blinkers. Makes sense, right? And it also has a hydraulic pump for the blade, for the up and down on the blade. So all that makes sense. Yeah, 25. That's what the other one was, 25 inches?
Yeah, so I think with this track, it's narrower. Like if you look at the other one, in between those 2 rubber pieces where those grabby things are, there's a lot more room.
Okay, whereabouts?
Between
like here and there?
In between there.
So this is that's 5 inches between there, and this track is 4 inches wide on either side. So 4 and 4 and 5 and a half. 8, they're 13 and a half. Could you put, no, it just depends on what kind of grousers you can get for it. See, this also has the rubber pads on the, I don't know what you call them, grousers. I don't know what they are on this thing. So it's not a 48, because like an SW48 is the little sidewalk plow. 48, it works on the sidewalk. It's still a little wider.
This wouldn't be able to be a sidewalk on, it'd be too wide.
But maybe it was just, because look, see there's a hinge for the little cab that went on it, and it had blinkers, so it probably worked little streets or some kind of business, right? Yep, it's got a hydraulic pump driven off a belt on the engine. It's got the mount up front for the blade. It's got a good little blade on it. We're gonna chop it down a little bit and make it so we can use it in the bush. But let's get it turning over. We just put some automatic transmission fluid in the cylinders and took the plugs out, of course, just to see if we can get stuff moving a little bit. What do you think, bud?
That's good.
I didn't see an engine ground on this. Of course, there is one somewhere. I didn't see a battery ground. Okay. We'll take a boost off the loader. I just went direct to the starter, so see what. See if we get it cranking. Go over there and put that on the above the cylinders, guy.
What above the cylinder? Oh.
Camera. Ready?
Yeah. Sound like coming from the back.
Okay, stop. That is not a good sound.
Some sort of rod knock or something?
I don't know.
That's really loud.
So that's not as loud now.
There's no sound now.
Something got loosened up. I think something got loosened up where their little hydraulic ATF.
Yeah, trick.
Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the cockpit.
Was this thing spinning when you were?
Well, that's what I thought it was at first, but no, the sound went away. So it's got a gas pedal, clutch pedal. Oh, that's steering control. No pressure. It's got a blinker relay on it, old school flasher relay.
Fuel gauge.
Fuel gauge. Of course, it's got the blade control on it, which is kind of cool. At least it gives me the potential to use some of this on the other machine, right?
Yeah.
You know, I really only kind of bought it for those wheels. They look pretty good. If we can get it going, it'd just be like a kind of a real bonus.
Yeah.
So that loosened up whatever that noise was. I think you're right. It was something like a...
Or what if it just snapped something so there's no more noise anymore?
No, because it progressively got quieter, so I think something loosened up. Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll fool around with it, and we'll see if we can get spark.
Right.
If we got spark, we're going to slam some gas into this thing.
Did you check for the spark?
No, haven't checked for the spark yet.
Right.
Okay, let's try that next. Gas in the motor. We do have spark. We found this wire coming off the coil here, so we bypassed the key switch, and looks like they did that too. So if we just put power direct to the coil and turn it over, we get the tick tick tick. Put a little bit of fuel in the cylinders, a little bit down the intake. Now we're going to turn it over.
Backfiring a little bit.
Yeah. Wondering if hold on.
Oh.
I'm wondering if they had it, if they have the wires in right.
Is this exhaust that's smoking up? There's flames coming out the top.
Hold on.
Why is it cranking so slow?
Oh. Crank it. I'd say she's a rich mixture. You know, the timing of the distributor itself might be buggered up. but one of these wires is euchred. You can see right now.
Is it that top one?
No, somebody when they're putting it on broke the thing on it.
Fixable?
Not that one.
But it should still be able to run off 5 cylinders.
Ooh, that starter's hot. We're gonna leave it.
I mean, at least it's somewhat firing, sort of.
Well, yeah, it's turning.
Shoot flames out the carb.
Yeah, that it is. I think what we should do. Is I'm looking at another one. So before we go too far into this one, let's see what the other one is like, because you can spend a summer tooling around with this, right?
Oh, you talking about the ram skater?
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see what comes about with that.
The ram skater is good. This will be a parts machine.
This will be good.
Use the pump and all the stuff, hydraulics off this one. Put it on whichever one we want to, so we can have a blade. And
yeah, like we should probably pull all that off and figure out where to put it all.
Is this hydraulic filter?
Yeah, this does have the. It has the wheel. There's a lot of good parts on this.
Yeah.
We have the ability to adjust the track tension with grease.
Where?
It's got a grease pump, or I forget what they call it. It's like a hydraulic adjuster on it.
Bulldozers have it.
The bulldozers have it, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of good parts on
Can
this.
you transfer that over to the other ones?
Yeah. So I don't know. I know that we could probably take this and take all the parts off it and dial that one right in, so she's working like a complete animal.
And then we take all the okay parts off that one, put it in this, put a crazy mood in this one.
Well, I think what we'll do is we'll go skid a log out of the bush with that one. We'll go check the track tension on it first. Skid a log out of the bush with that one. Shoot a video on that. Do some more thinking about this. But I want to pull one of those. I want to go take down one of those red pine, and we have some draw knives. I want to see how long it takes for us to do one log, skin a log. You in for that? So that's it. So stick around. We will. I mean, hopefully, maybe you guys have some suggestions. When I'm dealing with old stuff like this is totally a bit of a crapshoot. Obviously, if it's not turnkey and running, then you never know what you're going to be dealing with. But the good part is that there's a lot of good pieces on this. That I dig. Track parts, good wheels, the hydraulic tensioners on it, which that one doesn't have. I think we can get some good parts off this, bud.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good parts machine.
It will be.
Or take the parts, strip it, and then have this all sandblasted. But check it to make sure that this is a good strong one. So if anybody has, because some of these have a thicker body metal than others. This one seems to have thicker body plates than that other one over there. So if that's the case, maybe we might want to just take this, reinforce everything, sandblast it, get it all dialed in.
Just strip it down to the frame and redo it from the ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind working on something with a purpose. But right now,
Bring it to the shop.
yeah. But right now, I think we're kind of euchred.
That
All right.
blade's good though.
Hey,
That blade's good.
there's a lot of good stuff on this. There's no doubt. I'll show you guys the carb that came with it. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like the one that's on my other. That's the carb that came with it. And it didn't really fit the gasket very well. It didn't look like it had the same impression mark, if you will, on it. And the connections to the throttle linkers don't look exactly the same either. So that could be off a 251, but a different application, right? Like maybe an old Dodge truck or something. Not quite sure. But we did check the firing order, and it is bang on. But one of the wires is also broken. So, I don't know.
You didn't that exhaust doesn't seem right. I don't know why it'd be there.
That's where it is.
Resting right up against the rad like that.
Well, the rad is sort of blopped down because the back piece isn't in.
Wheels are chewed up, but I got 2 new ones with it.
Is a good wheel.
Yeah, those are good wheels compared to the other ones on the other machine. Okay, let's go skid some stuff out of the bush. Right?
Sounds good.